everyone, and good morning. Oh my goodness, is this something special, right? This is definitely not something that we have a lot of experience with in Texas, in this part of Texas. So today's live is basically the idea that
it's short.
Yeah, it's going to be short because it's freaking cold out here. Tonight's when the big freeze is coming, and even since yesterday, I'm seeing lower temperatures even here in Corpus Christi than we were expecting. So this kind of flurry that's already starting to come down in the air, we're really hoping that this will turn into snow, a nice blanket of snow, because that's kind of really all we can hope for at this point.
That seems counterintuitive that snow would be damaging.
No, snow, well... temperatures that get to snow, if you're used to it, look at that. Can you see it?
Yeah.
It's almost like snow.
Yeah,
it's close. The thing is that the moisture, and I talk about this a lot, that the moisture actually can help to blanket things and keep things warmer. So keeping everything wet is important. I've been out here watering, but now I think over the next couple of days we're going to have a steady, consistent moisture. Hopefully that'll turn into a blanket of snow, like I said, because it does just kind of create a little bit of warmth for your plants. At this point, we're really only hoping for a slow regain in temperatures after this is all done. That's one thing. That we've got enough moisture in the soil and enough mulch and other things like that around the root bases of your bigger plants, your ornamentals, your trees, all that stuff, because I think this is going to be pretty catastrophic. It's certainly going to be catastrophic for those of you that are further away from the water. So like our farm, this stuff out there is going to be pretty knocked back, and then this stuff too. So honestly, I don't have a ton of advice, because in my growing, and I've been growing for decades now, but actively growing and teaching for the last decade, and I can tell you through all of the growing I've done, I've not really seen this before, this kind of length of time of freezing for this amount of time at these low temperatures down here. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, and I will tell you that I do like to say, and one thing I'll say again, and I said this yesterday in a live that I did, and that is, don't curse the weather, because there's a reason that we need a reset, and we do. We had a lot of invasive species going on down here. We had things that we hadn't been able to knock out, different types of pests and pathogens. It's not going to hurt that. What's going to happen, though, is we are going to have catastrophic life loss. And I mean that in terms of making sure all of your animals have everything they can have to be kept warm. Make sure your chickens have tons of corn to eat. I've even suggested putting some extra hay out there for them. Make sure all the ground around them is wet. Of course, if you're really good with mulching and all of that kind of stuff, you're going to have a couple degrees difference around your coop anyways. And that's kind of some of the stuff I'm hoping for here, is that I've created a little bit of a layer of warmth because of the type of gardening I do, and because of the work that I've done over the years to prepare for these types of things. When I teach gardening across the board, you will see that I always talk about weather resiliency, because we live in Texas, and that's just a part of it. Even whether you're zone 9B, zone 9, in different parts of the country, Texas is known for having weird, catastrophic, unpredictable, radical weather. Kind of like the people that live here. And so this is just a part of it. And that's why we do this type of gardening. And so what I'm thinking to myself is, when it's all said and done, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to want to be knowing a little bit more about permaculture gardening once they see how well the permaculture gardens held up compared to some of the other types of gardens and things like that. And that we'll have an opportunity to learn new ways of doing new things together. And that's some of the opportunity I hope for. The other opportunity that I'm taking is that I'm harvesting pretty much everything. So even some of my smaller heads of cabbage that might have had some time to grow, certainly, like this one, I think it might be big enough, and I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to go ahead and take this one out. It might be okay. Cabbage has a little bit more likelihood of making it, but this one's really close. Out at the farm, I'm probably going to go ahead and take any heads at all of cabbage, cauliflower, or broccoli because it's just going to be way too cold and much drier and windier out there. Anything that's soft leaf, so all of this pretty arugula, I'm just going to go in and trim off all the arugula, throw it in my salad mixes. I've got some, a little bit of ground cover of some New Zealand spinach here. I'm going to go ahead and cut that back. And you can just see that anything I can trim up, I'm going to come in here and get it out of here. So soft leaf lettuces like this. I'm going to go ahead and get this out of here.
You were moving around. You said soft leaf lettuce?
Yeah,
oh,
soft leaf lettuce, things like that. Because
get it now, it won't be alive tomorrow.
It'll be burned. It'll be burned. Now the roots may be okay, maybe because the bed is warm enough. And, you know, it might come back. That's what we can hope for with some of this stuff. Taking out some of this dill. Now would be a good time to dry your dill. If you've got dill, pull it back and dry it, or use it in some kind of a salt blend or something like that. I made a dill pickle salt the other day using my salt, using my dill. So just going in and trimming up anything that you can get back from it. Pretty flowers. I made some pretty fresh cut flower mixes. I mean, it's Valentine's Day. Enjoy your flowers inside. Make yourself a bouquet. Cut back as much as you can. And when this is all said and done, we'll look at it again and decide what's going to make it, what's going to melt, what's not going to make it. We'll bring our plants from the inside back outside and start planting them in the ground. I mean, basically, it's going to get us to the point of being ready to go for the spring. And we'll turn all of that dead material into future plants because we've learned over the last year how to turn all of that carbon material not into waste, but into something you can use for the future. So at the end of the day, with every crisis, there's always an opportunity. So take the opportunities that you can find, enjoy the moment, and let's do a little praying for some snow. How about that? All right, I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Happy Valentine's Day, and I love you.